A government shutdown is triggering a wave of political and economic tensions in Washington. In an exclusive interview with One America News, President Donald Trump spoke about the possible federal worker firings, permanent project cuts, and even direct cash payments to Americans, all as part of his administration's handling of tariffs and the rising national debt. Well, the government partially shut down on Wednesday after lawmakers failed to reach a funding agreement. If betting markets is anything to go by, then the U.S. government shutdown is expected to last 13 days, making it the fifth longest in history. Now, that is according to the predictions market platform, Kalashi. Lawmakers remain deadlocked as only essential services are currently operating.
Well, there could be firings, and that's their fault, and it could also be other things. I mean, we could cut projects that they wanted, favorite projects, and they'd be permanently cut. So you could say, a lot of people are saying Trump wanted this, that I wanted this closing, and I didn't want it. But a lot of people are saying it because I'm allowed to cut things that should have never been approved in the first place, and I will probably do that.
Well, Trump also pointed to the ballooning federal debt, which now stands at $37.64 trillion, up from $36 trillion just a year or two ago. He claimed that despite the increase, the U.S. is now under-leveraged due to the high revenue streams.
The numbers we have now are bigger than they ever were. So when you have $36 trillion in debt a year ago or 2 years ago, and you have a lot less revenue coming in, then you have 37 or 38. It's not 38 yet, but it will be. And the numbers are so much bigger. All of a sudden, 38, you're under-levered, whereas for 36, you were highly levered. We're not highly levered anymore. Now, with that being said, we'll pay back debt, but we also might make a distribution to the people, almost like a dividend to the people of America.
Now, according to Trump, that dividend would come from tariff revenues, which he says are just beginning to kick in. He estimates that the U.S. could generate over $1 trillion per year from tariffs, a number that far exceeds the Treasury's own estimate of $500 billion annually, as cited by the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Now, to date, the country has collected more than $200 billion in tariff revenue. Meanwhile, inflation is reported to be stable, hovering near the Federal Reserve's target rate. But for consumers and businesses, the real-world impact is still being felt. Trump says Democrats are standing in the way of reforms that could crack down on fraud, waste, and the abuse in federal programs.
Well, I mean, they're political people. One of the other things is fraud, waste, and abuse. They don't want to have anybody. I mean, the whole thing is crazy. When you find obvious fraud, you want to take care of it, waste and abuse. And they don't want anything to change. And what that's going to do is ruin it for the people that are tax-paying great American patriots.
And while political battles dominate headlines, the latest economic data shows some stability in the labor market. The Chicago Fed says that the U.S. unemployment rate remains at 4.3%, unchanged from the previous month, even as tariff revenues and inflation rates play an increasingly complex role in the economy.